Hey sailors, welcome to the crew. I'm Sea Lord Janda, and this is my Let's Play of Rule the Waves 3 as the United Kingdom. It is October of 1890. We're at war with France. Technically we're winning, but they keep doing this hopping back and forth between the Mediterranean and Northern Europe thing. Do I have... Yes, I've already given all our ships orders to move back to Northern Europe. So it's pretty much a matter of hitting end turn. We're gonna have to keep most of the fleet in Northern Europe. We can blockade them that way at least. And if they dominate the Mediterranean, we'll just deal with it. Raid on shipping. Okay, decline battle. Light forces. Admiral MacIver has exceeded the command check again, so we can add a ship. We have only the protected cruisers Aboukir and Polaris, so I guess we add Argonaut as the biggest option available. Hopefully this isn't okay. We are apparently immediately in firing range, or not in firing range, but in spotting range. Firing range is, oh good, my yardage is back. It's only 8,000 yards. Firing range maximum, so let's get, hello Brussels picker. Good to see you. And that is a Jean Bart class light cruiser. Only 5,600 tons, and we have here a Buke here with 14 6-inch. Didn't it say 9-inch guns on the select thing? Whatever. 14 6-inch guns. That alone is heavier, and then also Argonaut. Yes, okay. And Polaris. So if that's all they've got, it's a huge overmatch. We will see. There's also the problem of catching. Apparently she's capable of 21 knots, but the only ports are Cherbourg and Brest, and she is just driving herself into this bay here. Oh. I don't know if that's another cruiser or just a merchant. So she might be trapped. If we're lucky. Just gotta make sure not to let her slip out. Okay, we've reached firing range. And it's down to 5,000 yards. If we could actually land it. Oh, man. I didn't realize it was about to be dark. Our chances of actually hitting her are basically negligible in the dark, but we will try. The range is 3,000 yards. Oh, I think that was a couple of 4-inch hits. Those count. It's not like, I mean, she only has a 2-inch belt. Any of our 8 and 9-inch or even 6-inch guns will really do a number on that ship, but there was one 6-inch hit. It's gonna be full dark in another couple of minutes here, and that will really ruin our chances. She's gonna turn away also. Well, we'll try to keep with her, but whoa, that was a little too much. Okay. mean, if we can stay in very close proximity. But visibility is only out to like 4,000 yards now. So we have to stay very close to her all through the night here. There's no real reason why we can't, though. Well, except she might be faster than us, but... Is she slowing down radically all of a sudden? Pretty sure she is. It is, yes, it really is. We have no fire control. I'm pretty sure we're maybe just past the era where ram bows were still kind of popular. No, dang it. Lost her. I mean, the odds of finding her again, I don't know where the hell. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find her again. So, we will just wander about at sea until we're done here. Well, at least we damaged her. Victor France? Well, they didn't do any damage to us either. Great. Alright, we are blockading France now, so that has to count for something. But now their whole fleet's back in the Mediterranean. Well. I can't, like... We have to be very careful how we move our ships around, because we need to make sure we have definite superiority in British waters. These are bad. Why do we have these? We will send a couple more battleships down to the Mediterranean and keep the rest of the fleet in. Oh, great. Those can't even, they don't even have long range. Okay, we will send this couple of ships to the Mediterranean. And just try not to think about why the Admiralty would possibly think it's a good idea for Britain to have short-ranged ships. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, okay. No, we can only rearrange the force. We can't hit a ship. Okay. We have a convoy defense then. We have the armored cruiser Diadem with two 8-inch, 8 6-inch. The Abukir with 14 6-inch, and Polaris with two 8-inch, 10 6-inch. Carisford only has 6 4-inch. She's terrible. So, well, it all just depends what kind of French force we run into. There's our convoy. Oh, and there's the French. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and get into a line ahead, actually, because frankly, two of you are bigger than the alleged armored cruiser. These are all legacy ships, so I can't be blamed. That is... It appears to be at least 8 cruisers. That's a lot more cruisers than I have. That's not very nice. Um... Hmm. I see 3 Depuis de Looms with 6 8-inch guns. I see several 2-3 John Barts with 10 6-inch guns. I see a Chasseloup Le Mans. Well, this thing's horrible. But so's one of mine. I see Taga. We don't have a chance in a shootout with this whole force, really. All we can hope to do is get lucky enough to maybe detach one of them. Like that Chasseloup Le Mans. I don't know, French. But, or we could just hit nothing for all eternity. That's also very likely. Did I turn gunnery training on after the war started? I don't think I did. I don't remember to do that after this battle. Yeah, that seems correct. But... yeah, I have a bunch of, well... I do have a better battleship force, but it's very dodgy. And kind of the point of a blockade is that I shouldn't be running into 8 French armored cruisers off Bristol. I mean, they should be getting intercepted when they leave Brest, really. And certainly not an inferior force of my cruisers. No, how's our damage looking? I mean, basically non-existent, so I'm not worried about it yet, but I doubt we've done anything of significance to them either. We would probably have to get very lucky to actually kill any other ships. Is that? Okay, they're trying to close in. I'm gonna turn hard to port. Because we can't really afford a short-range slugging match with all these cruisers. This fight, on the other hand, see, that did help out, because now, if we could get a bunch of hits in on this guy, the problem is nobody's getting a bunch of hits in on anybody. We have to be in, like, ship-of-the-line broadside range to get any hits. Pretty sure they're faster than us, too, which is not great. Well, Our protected cruiser division is down to 17 knots for some reason. At least we've detached those two. Low on ammo as well. Isn't that nice? I'm actually confident we have gotten the majority of hits here, and none of our ships are in bad shape. Well, Abukir here is on fire, which isn't too great. Oh boy. But, there's nothing crippling, just... I don't think anything crippling has happened to them either. The range is like 3,000 yards. The fact that every turn there's basically no hits is wild. Oof, that was not a good turn. We are a bit low on ammo also. We definitely can't afford to get separated. I think Car is first, the one that's really lagging behind. Which isn't too great, because she's also the most vulnerable, but... Oh, Nightfall. You know, that's probably a good thing. Let's get out of here. If we're lucky, maybe we can just slip away back to Bristol. Okay, yeah, Karsford is getting very isolated. We need to turn back and help her out. Full dark. That will help. Let's just execute another turn back to the east. Great. Also, actually, of all the map choices, why is Swansea a port and not Bristol? Surely Bristol was much bigger than Swansea already by this point. Although maybe the Royal Navy base was at Swansea, I wouldn't actually be sure, so... Could be valid. Technically, well, we lost... Well, we won, in fact. We lost 5 transports out of the convoy, and we didn't sink any attackers, but... We didn't lose any of our ships, despite being outnumbered. Apparently 10 to 4. So we'll call it a draw, I guess. We were not anywhere near sinking any of them. They weren't... Well, a book here took quite a bit of damage in the end. I think the fire hurt. Shut up, Prime Minister. We'll be fine. You see, there's all our corvettes. Oh, well, that was fast. Okay. We've won the war. We will annex, what did Britain want the most? We can't take Corsica. Tunisia and Algeria don't really make sense. I think what we probably actually wanted was like Senegal and maybe Djibouti, because those are the most valuable for trade purposes. Yeah, let's grab those. Especially that gives us a complete monopoly over the Straits of Aden here. Of course, we already had the Suez Canal, but you know, extra control. And this gives us pretty much the only good stopping points along the west coast of Africa. Losing a bunch of money. Did I have training on? I did. Okay. Stop. No more training. And yeah, all those corvettes have been decommissioned before they were ever even really commissioned. We are still going to have to pause a couple more of these cruisers so we can get our budget in order. These would have been real nice to have during the war, honestly. Well, yeah, of course the main fleet would have operated from Plymouth or Portsmouth, but and interestingly, in the normal zoom view here, those are the only bases that are actually shown. Figured there was something up here in the channel, though. Since so much trade came into there. Okay, let's see then. So we got 2 cruisers paused. We got 3 battleships under construction. Battleships that don't have short range. Or actually, these are legacy battleships still. They don't have short range, do they? Oh, they don't. Good. So that will put us at 22 battleships, which honestly is overkill. I'm going to start decommissioning some of the short range ones, because, well, to be fair, 22 is what we currently need for the 2 power standard, but that's going to be very rapidly unrealistic to accomplish. Britain and France will have 32 battleships in commission between them within the next couple of years, because, I mean, not Britain and France, Russia and France, because Russia is apparently building 9 battleships right now. Bunch of 12,000 tonners. Not the most powerful. It's new class minus 15,000, but battleships. Oh, I need to redistribute. Mediterranean. Let's move the battleships back to Northern Europe. Technically, we should maintain a giant Mediterranean squadron at this time, but I'm pretty sure it costs more maintenance, and there's no real reason to. And then aside from that, you know, the worst thing is these are the colonial battleships and short range, which does not mix at all. Got 7 of them too. Yeah. They also only have 3 main guns, which is just a very weird and terrible choice. Collingwoods are much better. Well, anyway, that's what we gotta work with. Who's on foreign stations? I mean, enough, clearly. Probably too many, but it's okay at least. Alright, new docks. Oh, good. The Hannibal class apparently surpasses its design speed. Hannibal, Jupiter, Caesar. Oh, interesting. Okay. Caesars. These 4 13-inch guns, 10 6-inch guns, 14 2-inch, 18 knots, 10.5-inch belt, 2.5-inch deck. I think these are the most powerful battleships in the world as of this moment. Let's see. The Germans don't have anything with more than more than 10-inch guns because, well, they're building up very rapidly now, but they start the game as a very small power. The French do not have anything that will equate to that. 16-inch belt on this Brennis class, although it's very old style armor, I'm sure, but the 3 14-inch guns and 3 turrets, which is interesting. The Russians have a lot of these, which I don't want to talk about those. They're painful to look at. Japanese and the Americans don't have any real battleships. The Italians have a bunch of these with 4 15-inch guns, albeit they're like cross-deck firing for some reason. Yeah. Given the weirdness of a lot of these designs, I'm pretty comfortable with the Hannibals. We will, I think, These aren't technically useless, they're just... Well, we're gonna put them all in reserve, at least, let's put it that way. Oh, right. You need to be recalled to home. And let's go ahead and do that. There was a period when people used a lot of colonial battleships. And this is definitely that period, but I don't think it's actually in-game helpful in any way to have battleships on colonial duties. It's just better to use cruisers. Resume construction of these. Regional war seems imminent in the Balkans, huh? Alright, sell whatever you want to them. Surely this cannot escalate into the general European war. You guys all go into reserve. Because you're terrible. And we've commissioned Hannibal. That just leaves Jupiter. Philomels collided with an ocean liner. Captain Junior Grade Robbins conducted an ill-judged maneuver. Well, we don't know anything about him. Let's just cashier him. Alright. That's 22 battleships in service. Not that much more than what Russia has building, although sort of absurdly more than what anyone else has. Our light cruiser force is very comfortable. I mean, I would think, considering how comfortable our light cruiser force is, although it's of course also very far flung around the world, but I would say more of these armored cruisers would be a pretty good idea. I mean, we'll only have 7 even once these are finished. Maybe we should go for like 10, really. Let's lay down 2 more. And once we got 10 of those, maybe we'll look into a new battleship that will, Liberal government wants to reduce arms expenditures. This will spell doom. What about the 2 power standard? I'm already not maintaining it. Well, I technically am. 22 battleships. 22 battleships, but they have 11 more under construction. I definitely can't match that. Even if I wanted to. Thanks for watching, sailors. Hope you enjoyed. New parts will be up every other day, or you can watch live on Twitch. If you did enjoy, consider leaving a like and subscribing. Have a nice day, sailors. This is Sea Lord Jenda, signing off.